You know what's noble? Noble gases. And you know what's even more noble? A black scientist who tells the entire planet exactly how we're burning it down. Meet Dr. Warren M. Washington, the man who didn't just study climate change, he invented how we understand it. Born in 1936 in Portland, Oregon, where being black meant facing a world that wanted to keep you in the margin. But margins, Warren saw them as just another math problem to solve. Son of a Pullman car porter with a telescope in the family home and activism in his blood, imposter syndrome? Please. When your father sits on the front porch with a handgun defending your right to exist in a white neighborhood, imposter isn't in your vocabulary. Second black student ever to get a PhD in meteorology. Not second best, not pretty good for a black scientist, second ever. In 1964, while the civil rights movement was fighting for human dignity, Warren and his colleague Akira Kasara were building the first computer models that would reveal how humans were fundamentally changing the planet. You know what's a solid relationship? Ice. And you know what's an even more solid relationship? Understanding how the ice is disappearing because of human activity. The Climate Change Chronicles. Their early models were primitive, all right, to be honest with y'all. Started with a simple atmosphere model, all right? And then they started adding oceans. And then they would add sea ice. And then they added land surface vegetation. And with each addition, they were building a digital planet that could speak truth to power. By the late 1970s, Warren wasn't just suspecting climate change, he was proving it. Funded by the government to investigate global warming, he became the inconvenient truth before an inconvenient truth was even a thing. Battling political ignorance. Imagine testifying before Congress, right? That the weather service is essential to public safety, while President Reagan wanted to dismantle it. Imagine being asked by the White House to create a climate model on a personal computer, knowing full damn well it's a political motivated stunt, and doing it with such a grace that he doesn't even want to embarrass them. 5 presidents consulted him. A Nobel Peace Prize as part of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. The National Medal of Science from President Obama. But his real medal? The truth he coded into existence. We're seeing glaciers melting all around the world, he would say. The concentration of carbon dioxide is greater than at any time in the last 600,000 years. Dr. Warren M. Washington didn't just study climate change. He gave us the language to understand our planet's environmental SOS. To every young scientist who's ever been told they don't belong, this is your blueprint. Science doesn't care about your background. It cares about your mind. And his mind, a digital telescope pointing to our planet's future.